Good morning, everybody. We're obviously out of practice at doing this. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. There we go. Well, I would like to welcome you back to Design Principles and Practices in person for the first time since, yes, thank you, I feel these COVID years are so short and so long, but it's so wonderful to see so many familiar faces back here again and so many new faces as well. I'm Philip Calantis-Cope. I'm the Chief Social Scientist at Commonwealth Research Networks. I've had the pleasure of working with this research network. We're saying, I don't know how long we've been doing this. We're doing this for a long time together. And so I just want to tell you some of the things that are about the conference right now, just so you can make sure that you make the most of the next few days. I've got to begin with a little strategic thing that we have done. You'll see we have no printed programs. There's two reasons for that. One is it's an environmental disaster to have printed programs. We see them and we throw them away. But the other is something that we are trying to do about thinking about the conference and how we capture content as a kind of time capsule. So you'll see you all have a presenter page. The online delegates have uploaded digital content to those pages, but we really encourage you to do that too. And all of the keynotes and the other presentations will be added to this site. And what happens is it's going to become a time capsule of that content that you'll be able to access not just while you're here, but something you can go back to forever until the planet stops because of climate change and we can't charge computers. That's kind of the explanation of why we do what we do there. One other thing that I want to draw your attention to for in-person delegates is after we get through these opening sessions, you'll see a session format called the Talking Circle. Each of those rooms are grouped by the themes of the conference. And what we do is we encourage you just to pick what theme best fits your research area, go to that room, introduce yourself, say who you are, where you've come from, and the area of research or practice that you are engaged in. It's a really nice way to make those personal and thematic connections, and so we really encourage you to make the most of that session. The Research Network is not just a conference, it's a collection of journals. We encourage you, or we suggest, I don't know what the right word is without guilting you. We would like you to submit your research to this journal collection, but we also do something different with our content. If you, part of your conference registration is a network membership, and that membership gives you access to not only the current publications that we have, but the entire backlist of what we've published. It's very important for us, for the research that gets produced by you, our community, that you have access to it. And you not only have access to the journals, but to the books as well. And so that's my really speedy summary. I have a longer version, which is much more fun, but I know we're short on time. So I really thank you for being here. I know traveling is an existential challenge right now. It's a financial burden. It's all of the things that we're living through. And so I commend you for the strength and courage to be here. And I thank you for the work that you all do. And that's it for me. Lorenzo.
Thank you. Thank you, Phil. Just a few words for thanking some people. First of all, Katia Rio, chair of this conference, amazing conference starting from now. And of course, all the people at the Lisbon Polytechnic and the institution itself for really trusting in design principle practices, be willing to take on the shoulders also this challenge and commitment to host this conference. I met Philip quite a few years ago. It was Berlin. And it was in not this decade, not the decade before, but the decade even before that, something like 25 or something. And then we met again, you know, I mean, together with Loredana Di Lucchio, who is the co-chair of the conferences, and she's coming, so I'm also somehow, you know, trying to speak also for her. She just landed, by the way, so she's arriving and she will speak tomorrow. From the idea of Loredana, we asked it to Philip. At that time, it was also Bill. To start collaborating. We had few ideas, and we always found, you know, very good. I mean, people are open to, you know, to other ideas, open to change, open to build and design. And then we really started collaborating since then, and we've been really traveling together with Philip all around the world. You know, I can just remember Los Angeles, and then we go to, you know, really many places, and now it's really, really nice to get back in presence and to hug Philip. Thank you, Philip, for keeping, you know, having us again, and to bringing us back in presence for these conferences. And this is a robust conference, and I think you're gonna see that, you know, it is probably one of the very first conferences I got when I was a scholar. So I think you're going to have a great fun and also share ideas all together. And it's not my first time in Portugal. I know a bit of the community. I know Emilia Duarte here, so it's very nice also to hug her back again. But I'm sure I'm going to meet many other people from the Portuguese community, design community. The Portuguese design community is very strong, I have to say. They're doing amazing things. The number of the schools of design and the scholars and the professors and the students in design is amazing in Portugal. It's an incredible resource, not only for the country, but for Europe and I would say worldwide. So really thank you for hosting this conference. It's going to be very important. Now, I'm here also since we have two partners of the conference, which is Cumulus Association and Sapienza University of Rome. I'm full professor at Sapienza University of Rome together with Loredana. But also I am the president of Cumulus Association since June. We have a nice agreement which I've been working together with Philly to have together between Design Principal Practices and Cumulus Association, so we really support each other. And I think this is going to be beneficial for both. Thank you for Philip also in trusting into Cumulus. Cumulus Association is an association of more than 350 schools of design all around the world, so it's a quite strong and big association. And we're going to have a conference in Antwerp very soon, not this next week, but the week after. So if you just happen to pass by, you know, just say hello in Antwerp, and you'll be very welcome. At the very end, I want to say a word, which is peace. The conference we're having to, you know, from now for 3 days, it is an act of peace. And it is a particular word. I'm always using this word every time I'm going around, you know, opening a conference or speaking for a conference. I mean, I am one of those generations that has been growing up in a space and in a time of peace. That has been helping many of us, many scholars, students, to grow up and to have a rich contribution to society and also to freely sharing ideas together. It seems that this is not happening anymore as it has been. You know, we have few challenges, you know that, we know that. Wars have been happening all around the world, and it's not the war we have very close to here between Russia and Ukraine is not the first, and probably is not going to be the last one. And we know that this is challenging pretty much, you know, also the work we're doing all around. So I think it's very important to stress on the importance to keep on developing bridges between people, bridges between countries, and to keep on helping the people to share ideas in a free way, as we will be doing in the next 3 days. So also, thank you for being here and sharing your ideas very freely in the next 3 days.
So I'm now going to hand over to our Spanish language chair. One of the things that we've also done, which I failed to mention at the beginning is that we, for the last 2 years now, has it been 2 years? This is the first in person, that we also offer the opportunity to present in Spanish language. It is very important for people to present in their own language, and so this is our baby step. I know it's not that innovative to think Spanish comes next, but it's really important to us, and we have a group of 15 Spanish language delegates here. You can toggle in your program. We are all one community, so feel free to go to those sessions too. So I'm going to hand over to you.
Thank you very much, Philip. Muchas gracias a todos. Como ha dicho Philip, pues vengo a representar un poco a la comunidad hispanohablante, que es muy amplia en este congreso. Y bueno, pues daros la bienvenida. Para mí es todo un honor estar en esta mesa con estos grandísimos profesionales y la verdad es que creo que este va a ser un espacio de encuentro para pensar, sobre todo reflexionar acerca de la investigación en diseño, que es algo que creo que los profesionales tenemos que reivindicar especialmente porque el diseño, bueno, pues se relaciona muchas veces con la práctica, se relaciona muchas veces con el trabajo en el taller, delante de los programas de ordenador y muchas veces no reflexionamos acerca de que para llegar a eso hace falta una investigación previa. Todos los que estamos aquí somos investigadores y necesitamos, bueno, pues reivindicar esa posición de que el diseño no es solamente sentarse a trabajar, ¿no? Sino que hay que reflexionar, hay que pensarlo desde el punto de vista académico, hay que hacer una serie, bueno, de trabajos que no requieren solamente eso, sentarse delante de un ordenador o ponerse en un taller, ¿no? Entonces, bueno, creo que es imprescindible esta reflexión y creo que este es el espacio idóneo para reivindicar esa motivación académica del diseño. Yo dirijo los grados en diseño gráfico y diseño de interiores en una escuela privada en Málaga, también trabajo para la Universidad de Málaga y para la UNIR y en todos los sitios todos los profesores me dicen lo mismo. Necesitamos una reivindicación del estudio académico del diseño. Bueno, para eso creo que estamos aquí y este congreso es especialmente interesante para ello. Darles la bienvenida y las gracias a todo el equipo que la verdad es que es maravilloso de CG Scholar y del congreso. Muchas gracias.
I will now hand over to our hosts, who have been wonderful hosts. This is a wonderful institute of people that do high quality research, but they also train teachers and people that work within the world, practitioners, and that's such a very important thing to be doing. And we are honoured to be here, and I'm going to hand it over.
Good morning. On behalf of the Lisbon Polytechnic University, I would like to welcome all the participants of the 17th International Conference on Design Principles and Practices, promoted by the Common Ground Research Network. I would like to thank Philip, Lorenzo, and Pablo. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure for us to be, for the first time, the host of this relevant international conference. I hope we have some more. With a special focus in this 2023 edition, New Agendas for Design, Principles of Scale, Practices of Inclusion. I hope during the next days this event can be a fruitless conversation about design principles and practices, offering an interdisciplinary forum to explore the meaning and purpose of design. At this point, I do not want to take much more time from your work because I was already late, I'm so sorry. But I would like to thank the organizers for choosing Escola Superior de Educação de Lisboa as the host of this year, to thank all the participants that decide to be a part of this event, and last but not least, to express my recognition to the team from Lisbon Polytechnic University and Escola Superior de Educação de Lisboa, who during the last months prepared everything to welcome you all here. Thank you in the person of Katia, that is near me. Thank you so much. Once again, I hope that these days are useful and meaningful discussion. Enjoy Lisbon, enjoy Portugal, and I just want to make a reinforce from the words that Lorenzo said. This is the place of freedom, thinking freely, thinking critically, and this is the place to do it. I hope next year will be better than this. This one, I really expect that we are creating wonderful generations with freedom and no war, freedom and peace. That's what I wish. Thank you so much. Have a nice day of work. Thank you.
So, good morning all. Last but not least, I would like to personally welcome you here to my school, okay, because it's my school, our school, and welcome you, of course, to the 17th International Conference in Design Principles and Practice. I want to do a special thanks to Phil and to Lorenzo too for the invitation. It's a great honor to be the local host of this amazing conference that has a special meaning to me. First of all, I attend for the first time in this conference in 2012 in LA. Yeah. I was doing my PhD at the time. I think that was in my second year of the PhD. And I stay a fan, of course. And after that, 5 years ago, I just popped up with Philip in a dinner conference in Barcelona, in this conference that was in Barcelona 5 years ago. And we start talking, and in the end of the dinner, I said, okay, today I will organize this conference in Lisbon, so here we are. And of course, I'm a graphic designer, so this conference has a special meaning to me. And I have to thank to my students that they will help you, okay? They have about like that saying stuff. They will be next to you in the conference, in the rooms where we present. Anything that you need, just please go to my minions, okay? We are in all the time in touch. They are my minions. And so anything that you need, if you don't find me or Tamara, you have the students and we keep in touch. So, since I believe that conferences are made by people and for people, and only because each one of you, that you are the reason for us to being here. So I look forward to have a chance to try to talk and to meet you, to have the chance to change ideas. This is a challenge time for every fields, to every areas, and it's we are crossing a changing and this on design field we have several of changes now after all of that we pass by. So thank you for being here, thanking you for belonging to this big family, that is Common Grounds. And once again, I'm pleased to welcome you here at Lisbon Polytechnic in my school. And thank you so much for everything. Enjoy these amazing 3 days.
Okay, just before we go, I want to recognise a few other people. The first are our emerging scholars. Could the emerging scholars this year please stand up for me, please? Can we give them a round of applause? So, we're very proud of the Emerging Scholar Program. Each year we have a great pool of applicants, and I always say that this year is the best group, and it's always true. So, this is a wonderful group. And so what we do is that we force these Emerging Scholars to the front of the room. They'll be chairing the sessions, they'll be guiding conversation. They're there for practical reasons, but they're also there to connect you conceptually and to build those bridges between papers and ideas. If you're an emerging scholar, again, it's an existential concept, it's not about age. Or professional point in your careers, put in your application, and we'd love to see you in the rooms next year. And I'd also like to introduce our host for next year. You want to stand up, please? We're in Valencia next year. Yeah, give a round of applause. We'll say a few words about what we're going to plan for next year in the closing, but it's wonderful to have all these layers of people here with us. So that's it from me.